means. So business fundamentals. These 4 pages are giving you the basic stuff, which is important, yeah. And top left of the top left corner, it says business activities and sectors, and it says collocations relating to business activities. So, do you know what a collocation is? Anybody tell me? I'm willing to bet that nobody actually knows what collocations means. Anybody know what the word collocation means? I think nobody knows. Because it's a difficult word. It's the kind of word we use if we know about linguistics, but so actually collocation just means a phrase. You know, things like go up or go down, or I've been studying the weather and it says rain showers today, maybe. Haven't seen any yet. This looks fairly sunny still. But you know, that's a collocation. It's a phrase, yeah? Does it still say that? Yeah. Mua rau. Mua rau. 20%, maybe that's a 20% chance of rain showers. So, you know, that's a collocation. A collocation just means a phrase. In this case, usually business type phrases. So there are some common phrases that we should know, that's all. Let's have a go at doing the first thing here. It says discussion. Now you can't do it with a partner because we are eWorld, so try to do it by yourself and then I'll tell you after a little what it should be like. Match the, I mean, these are kind of collocations. There are words or phrases here. Match these words or phrases to the pictures, yeah? So in the box here, it's got advertising, agriculture, civil engineering, construction, healthcare, manufacturing, mining, oil and gas, software, transport, okay? I want you to match those 10 phrases to the 10 pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So see if you can do that. You can see them, yeah? Can you see the pictures? Okay. I've made it fairly big. If I make it any bigger, then it will cut off some part of it. So I think this is the biggest I can make it in practice. So try to match those phrases to the pictures. And I'll give you a minute or two to do that. If you have finished, then please tell me and try to tell me the answers, okay? This is something I want you to try and do. So you have to do it by yourself, really, because eWorld, we cannot do much group work. See if you can do that by yourself. Match the phrases to the pictures. If you don't know one of them, then just do the other ones and then you might find it fits in. Anybody finished yet? I mean, it's not difficult as long as you can see the picture and you know what the word means, then you should be able to guess. Any questions about, the words themselves? No? Anybody finished? Can anybody tell us? One or two of them? Anybody want to tell us? Let's start at the beginning with number one. What do you think number one is?
I think number one is healthcare, teacher.
Yeah, it looks like that because there's a person who could be a nurse or something holding up something, looks like some medical device. So yeah, healthcare is a good guess. Healthcare. So that's a kind of business activity. You might notice it's not only business. I mean, healthcare is a little bit more than just making money, but it's one of the kind of business activities. Yeah. Okay, how about number two? What's number two?
I think number two is horticulture.
And why do you think it's agriculture?
I see the cows in the picture.
There's a cow. There are
A cow,
three
yes.
cows. Yeah. They go moo. So usually, do you have some of you are on the farm, yeah? Do you have a cow on your farm?
Actually, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's why I'm asking. Because, a cow is quite big, yeah? So if we have a big farm, I mean, I grew up in the countryside in England. So there were quite a lot of cows there. But you need a big field to keep a cow because it's big. And I don't see that many here. So if you have a big farm, yeah, you might have cows. So agriculture, okay, I should shut up about that now. Number three, if any questions, please ask questions. Number three, what do you think number three is?
So for number three, I guess is manufacturing.
Why do you think that?
Because I see the worker are like they are doing, they separate in the for different tasks, and I think they are working in a factory
Yeah,
to make a product. So
good. That's a good answer. Yeah, they are making something in a factory. Yeah, good. Now, number four is a little bit, maybe a little bit confusing. I wasn't sure what number four was. Can you have a guess and tell me what do you think number four is?
I think it's software.
Can you say that a bit louder?
I think it's software.
Software, yeah. Why do you think software?
Because I see a computer and yes, so I guess it's software.
It looks like a computer, and in fact, it looks like pictures, yeah, like photos, like images of something. So
Yeah,
sometimes we do this on the computer. We look for pictures that we can use. Well, I do. Yeah, sorry, because this computer of mine is a little old and the speaker doesn't work very well. The last 2 months it decided it had had enough. So it's not just because I am old, but the computer is old and the speaker doesn't work very well. I could use the headphones if it becomes a problem, but I think if you speak loud enough, it's okay. Okay, so I think number 4 is software, yeah? Is that the word? Yeah, software. Okay, number 5. What do you think number 5 is?
I think number five is mining.
Mining.
Yeah.
And what kind of thing do you think they are mining?
Well, I think they wearing clothes like miners. Like they have.
Oh, they're wearing clothes like miners. Yeah. What mining is when we go deep underground and we try to drill for something. What do you think they are looking for?
I think it's
they're looking for
What?
jewelries like diamonds, like and emeralds, something stuff like that, or
Yeah. Yeah, it could be some kind of metals. When I was younger, they used to do a lot of coal mining in some places. They don't do that so much now because what? Because it's a fossil fuel, yeah, and they're trying to encourage people to use other sources of energy. But they used to do a lot of coal mining, and it looks a bit like that in the picture because it's black and looks like it could be coal or something. That used to be the main thing they would drill for, but other metals as well, like the rare earths and things they use in electronics, I think they come from mining. So still we have to do something like that. Good. Number 6 then. What do you think number 6 is?
I think it's transportation.
Transport. Why do you think it's transport?
Because I see a van, like it's like delivery something, so I think it's transport.
What can you see in the picture?
I see a van.
Oh, you call that a van, do you?
Oh, alright. I don't remember the word to call that. I think it's a van
It's a
or
van,
something
is
like
it?
that. So,
I mean, I'm asking these stupid questions because, okay, so I ought to ask you, what do you study? Do you study American English or British English, or what do you usually study? Because I think this book is actually, isn't it a British English book? Can't see from the words. But yeah, so I mean, I am from England, but I haven't lived in England for over 30 years. And I lived in South Korea for a long time and worked there because I could earn good money there. But they are not interested in Britain. They only want American English. And they said, teach them Californian English. Yeah. So, and I did MA, a master's course in South Korea. So they are only interested in American English. So I kind of got used to using their words, even though I've never been to America. So in America, I think they call this a truck, don't they? Or in fact, I think they call that a tractor trailer or something. But we can call it a truck or a tractor. Tractor means the front part and trailer. Or in Britain, they actually call it a lorry, which nobody knows if you don't live in Britain. It's a lorry. So it's a truck or something like that, or a tractor trailer. It's a means of transport of transporting those containers, yeah, because they put those containers on ships and then they drive them around. So okay. So that's another part of business. And then number 7. So, I mean, I'm only saying that because when I was in South Korea, I did the MA there. So I had to use the American spelling and their conventions. So I got used to doing that. So usually I do that. And because most of the people I knew, in fact, were Americans. But in Vietnam, we kind of get we get some from Britain, we get some from America, we get also more people from Australia here. So there are all those different and other countries such as Philippines and India and other people, yeah. So they all have somewhat different words and so on. But we can just be aware of that, I think, yeah. So tell me if I am saying strange things or something, yeah. But I think most people in Vietnam, they study American English, don't they? But having said that, a lot of these textbooks might be printed somewhere, so they might use American conventions, or a lot of them are actually British, but okay. Okay, so number 7. What is number 7?
I think number 7 is advantages.
Say that again.
Number 7 is advantage thing. No.
Advantistic.
Yes.
You mean advertising?
Oh, yes.
Advertising, yeah. Yeah, because we can see big company names like, I can't actually see them, TDK or something, Sanyo. I used to live in Japan for 5 years and I lived near the Sanyo company, but it had kind of become disused by that time because a lot of Japanese companies moved out of Japan because it's expensive, and they went to countries like Indonesia or Thailand, or now they come to Vietnam as well. And to some extent, similar with South Korea, a lot of their companies come here because it's a lot cheaper than being in their country. But okay, but they are big company names, so advertising. How about number 8? What is number 8?
I think it is construction.
Construction, yeah.
Yes.
Why do you say construction?
Because I can see a worker construct something, maybe a house.
Yeah, might be a building, and they're wearing a hard hat on their head, yeah, so that's like a construction worker. Okay, good. And number 9, what do you think number 9 is?
I think it's oil and gas.
Can you say that a bit louder?
I think it's oil and gas.
Yeah, why do you think it's oil and gas?
Because I see that the rigs are taking the oil from the seabed. So I think it's oil and gas.
Yeah, it looks like what we call an oil rig, and that's a kind of platform for drilling, and often it's in the sea, yeah, because the oil and gas is often, not always, but often under the sea, yeah. So that looks like an oil rig, a kind of drilling platform in the sea. And actually it has that, what do you call that? The burning thing that burns off some of the excess gas you can see there. Okay, so the last one then, number 10. What is number 10? There's only one phrase left. What is number 10?
I think that's a civil engineering.
Yes.
Because that's deal with the design and the construction and maintenance of the physical and natural built environment. Yeah, including public work such as roads and bridges.
Good.
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty good answer, yeah. Yeah, so civil engineering, you mentioned the word public. That deals with public types of construction. So we have number 8 is construction, where they're making a building or some private concern. Civil engineering is usually a public works, as you mentioned, bridges and roads and big buildings like airports or things which are for services for the public, for people. That's civil engineering, yeah. So everybody happy so far? That's just some basic business activities. Oh, and there's a listening thing here. Now, it wants you to put these pictures, I better keep them here, put the activities into the boxes here. And there are three sectors. There's a primary sector, and that means extracting raw materials. And then there's a secondary sector, which means manufacturing, making things, yeah. And then there's a tertiary sector, where tertiary means the ordinal number 3, yeah. Tertiary sector, which is commercial services, and there are 4 boxes for that. So 3, 3, 4. Can you put the numbers in the correct boxes? Now, if you're very clever, you can just do that now. But to help you, let me play you the recording. Tell me if you can't hear it. 1.01. I think I can just play it and you should be able to hear it. 1.01, is that the first one here? Yes. Okay, listen carefully.
The Business 2.0 Pre-Intermediate by John Allison with Paul Emerson. Class CD 1. Track 1.
So we can divide all business activities into 3 sectors. In the primary sector, we find activities that extract raw materials from the earth or from the oceans. These are businesses like agriculture, mining, and oil and gas. The secondary sector covers activities like manufacturing, construction, and civil engineering, building roads and bridges, for example. Finally, in the tertiary sector, we have commercial services such as advertising, healthcare, software, and transport. Now, let's go to...
Everybody, could you hear that? Yeah? Okay, what did he say is in the primary sector, the three things that are connected with extracting raw materials?
So
Primary sector, yeah.
so what I heard from the audio that they say that the primary sector are include oil and gas, mining, and agriculture.
Yes, that's good, yeah. So things that we get from the ground or under the ground or in the ground, or so oil and gas and mining and agriculture, they are primary. And then the secondary sector, making things. What three things did he say are in the secondary sector?
In secondary sector, I heard that there are manufacturing, construction, and civil engineering.
Okay, good, yeah. So that has to do with making things. Manufacturing in the factory, constructing is making buildings, and then civil engineering is public works, which means bigger types of things, bridges and so on. Yeah. Okay, so the tertiary sector, what are the four commercial services in the tertiary sector?
Well, we have advertising, healthcare, and software, and finally is transport.
Good, yeah. Advertising, healthcare, software, and transport. Good. So that's kind of basic. Everybody happy so far? Right, so we got to number 3 where it says this word, collocations, which if you remember just means kind of phrases. On the left, there's a glossary. Do you know these words? Extract, mining, monopoly, profit, raw materials, supplier, USP, value. Do you know those words? On the left in the glossary. Any questions?
So teacher, I'm not really sure about extract. What does it mean?
Okay, that's a good question. Anybody tell us what that means? What does extract mean? Anybody give us an idea? Okay, we'll have a look at the glossary in a minute and we'll see what they say. But usually, extract means that you take something out of, for example, out of the ground, yeah? As in coal mining, you extract the coal from under the ground, or precious metals or something. Or if you go to the dentist, pull your teeth out, that's also extract. But okay, in this context, probably it means things that you get out of the ground. But actually, that wasn't the word I was thinking of. There's one acronym there. Does anybody know what USP means? Because actually, I didn't know that a few days ago. What does USP mean? Anybody know? It is one of those important business acronyms, USP.
Is it using selling point? Using selling
That's
point?
a good guess. That's a good guess. You using
Unique selling
oh
point.
unique. Wow,
Unique.
You're a good student. Yeah, it does mean that. Yeah. Okay, this is why that's a good answer. This is why it's important to know about where the glossary is, the people who don't know those things. Let's have a quick look at it. Page numbers are not quite, oh, I've got it, okay. Not quite the same, but yeah. Okay, what does it say in the glossary? It says extract to remove a substance from another substance. How about USP? That's in the kind of black here. It says unique selling proposition or unique selling point. So that's an important term in business. The thing that makes a product or service special or different from the other things. So it's a special thing. So we need to have that. We need to have a unique selling point in order to tell people, you know, our product or our service is wonderful because blah, blah, blah. It does things that other similar products don't do, for example, yeah? So it's important to have a unique selling point. So have a look at the glossary sometimes because it has those kind of definitions. Okay, we got to number 3 then, the collocations. Can you match? It says in each set of 4, match 1 to 8 with A to H. Notice it says a set of 4. So I think you can match 1, 2, 3, 4 to A, B, C, D, and then you can match 5, 6, 7, 8 to E, F, G, H. So we can do it in 2 bits like that, yeah? So if you are very good at, you can probably do this, yeah? Let's try to match 1, 2, 3, 4 to A, B, C, D. So number 1 says sell to, what do you think, which letter is that? A, B, C, or D?
I think it's D. Sell
D,
to a customer.
D, a customer. Sell to a customer. Okay, that actually looks right. Yeah, I think so. How about number 2? Buy from.
I think buy from the supplier.
So that's A, yeah, buy from a supplier. Looks okay, yes. Number 3, make.
Maybe make goods.
Okay, that's what we do in the factory, in manufacturing. Make goods, yes. And number 4, provide.
Last thing is provide a service.
And notice that it's a plural. It says services. So provide services.
Provide services.
Yes, good. Okay, that's good. Let's try to do the same thing with 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 5, make.
I think it's make a profit.
Make a profit. Okay, good. That's what a business tries to do. Make a profit. Number 6, face.
I think face competition.
Yes, good. That's what happens when other people make similar things to you. You face competition. Number 7, develop. Number 7.
I think it's develop a market.
Good. Yeah. Develop a market. Because if you have a business, you need to find customers or other people that, for example, retailers or whatever. You need to find people that you are going to sell your product or service to. So you have to do that over time. You look for them and you build up a kind of market. So yeah, develop a market. That's an important idea. And so the last one, add. What do we add?
We add value.
Add value, yeah. And what does that mean? Remember the 3 sectors here. In the primary sector, that means we get raw materials and we change them into some kind of product, yeah? Well, or into something we can sell. In the secondary sector, we actually make things. What is the secondary sector? We make things in the factory or something, or construction or civil engineering, yeah. So we make things that become more valuable than they were before. And then in the last thing, where it's a service, we do something, we advertise, what are the other things? Transport, and we transport things, we advertise things, we do healthcare or something, and what's the other one? Oh, software. We add those kind of extra things, the services, and again, we improve, we increase the value of something. So add value is also an important concept in business, from the raw material to a product to something that we take to the customer, something like that. Add value. Okay, every business needs a USP. Can you remember what USP means? Go on, yeah.
Yeah, so USB stand for unique selling point.
Yeah, good. Unique selling point, or what's the other word? Unique selling.
Proportion.
What?
Proportion.
Promotion.
Proportion.
I forgot myself now. here.
Proposition.
Proposition.
Yeah.
Proposition. So that's when we say something, yeah? A proposition. Okay, sorry. So unique selling proposition, but it's easier to remember it as a unique selling point. Okay, so unique selling proposition. Yeah, okay. They want you to put the collocations in the numbers here. We just did 8 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get you to put them in the spaces. So you have to do the whole collocation. So the 8 things, just to recap, the 8 things are: sell to a customer, buy from a supplier, make goods, provide services, make a profit, face competition, develop a market, and add value. Those 8 collocations need to go in these 8 spaces. So the first sentence is already as it is, yeah? There are many different types of business. Maybe somebody can read the next clause, means as far as TVs, where there is a semicolon. Anybody want to read that clause and put the first collocation in the space? It's getting a little more difficult, yeah?
So what I have done is some make goods like cars or TV. Others provides services like healthcare and or education.
Well, that sounds pretty good, yeah. Some make goods like cars or TVs. Others provide services like healthcare or education. Okay, let's see if that's right. So we need somebody else now to tell us about the next sentence, yeah? Many businesses work in the same way, and then they transform materials. What can you say here then for 3 and 4, yeah?
So for okay.
I think that they transform materials that they add value into something more valuable that they can make a profit. Can you hear
So
me?
you're saying they transform materials that they add value into something more valuable that they can make a profit. I'm not quite sure about that. They transform materials that they into something more valuable.
So teacher, I have a different answer with high answer. Can I give you my answer so you can? Yeah.
Go
on. From what I wrote that they transform material that they can buy from a supplier into something more valuable that they can sell to a customer. Yeah.
Okay. They transform materials that they buy from a supplier into something more valuable that they can sell to a customer. Yeah, that fits a bit easier. Let's see if that will work. And then we need to go to the next one or two. In other words, they blah blah to the original materials. If they continue to find new customers, they can blah blah. 5 and 6. So we're saying the same kind of thing in different words. So it says, in other words, you're explaining it. In other words, they blah blah to the original materials. If they continue to find new customers, they can blah blah blah.
I think in other words, they add value to the original materials. If they continue to find new customers, they can develop a market.
Yeah. In other words, they add value to the original materials. If they continue to find new customers, they can develop a market. Okay, and then we just have two more, the remaining ones. If they control their costs, they can blah, blah, blah. But in the modern world, almost every business must blah, blah, blah. What's that? Number 7 and number 8. How about number 7 and number 8?
I think if they control the cost, they can make a profit. But in the modern world, almost every business must face the competition.
Yeah, that seems to be pretty good, yeah? If they control their costs, they can make a profit. But in the modern world, almost every business must face competition. Monopolies are very unusual. A business can sell to other companies, B2B, business to business, or to end users, B2C, business to consumer. But it always needs a USP to succeed. A unique selling point, yeah? Any questions about that? Everybody happy about it? So good. That seems, you can understand it? That seems a good idea. This is only the first page. You see, I'm a bit slow, yeah? Let's see if we can do it quickly. The discussion topic here, number 5. Now, we can't do it in groups, but I can get some people's opinions. So I don't think we can do list 4 important business activities, but you can tell me one, yeah? I want you to tell me one business activity. It says in your country, region, or city. So some people are, where are you? Because I am in District 8 in Ho Chi Minh City. Are you in Ho Chi Minh City, or are you near Ho Chi Minh City? Any people a long way away in Da Nang or Hue or Hanoi or Phnom Penh in Cambodia? Any people a long way away? So maybe not. Maybe most of you are in the Ho Chi Minh City or near the city. Means 100 kilometers or so less. So you can tell me possibly about business activities in or near. I mean, near could be 200 kilometers or more, depends what you want to talk about. Can you tell me about some business activities in this part of Vietnam, for example? I mean, you have to answer these 6 questions. What is the activity? What sector does it belong to? Is it B2B or B2C? What competition does it face? What is the unique selling point or proposition? And how does it make a profit? Can you tell me 1 or 2 business activities?
Teacher, so during the Tet holiday, I came back to my hometown. It's in Cần Thơ. It's in the west side of Vietnam. So my grandparents own a farm. And we, no, it's not a farm. Like we own a land and we grow some flower and some fruit like watermelon to sell on the Tet holiday. So I believe it will be considered as primary sector, which is agriculture. And I think that it will be to B2B, business to business, because we did not sell our goods. I think we make goods, right? It's not good. We wrote some products like fruit or flower, but we didn't sell directly to the customer. We sell it to another the market, the people who work in the market in Ho Chi Minh City, and they will sell directly to customer. So I think it's with B2B. And so what competition there is face? So it's in so my hometown is Cần Thơ. So there's a lot of people who own their lands. They also farmers. They also a farmer, and they also they have their own land, and they also grow a lot of other beautiful flower or other fruit. So I think that and I think that the competition here is quite huge. There's a lot of people wrote the same thing during that time because they know that the customer desire, the people who live in Ho Chi Minh City in Saigon, they desire to have some beautiful flower for their to decorate their house for the Tet holiday, and they want to have watermelon to do for their family. So there's a lot of people here growing the same thing. So the only thing that can make it different, like the technique, or yes. So that's what I get. So so what is the USP? The unit selling point is my my parents does not use. They have been a farmer for more than 30 years, and they want to grow organic fruit and flower. They did not use chemical substances. So I believe that that's why more people will buy our product. That's what I think. And how does make a profit? Yeah, how does make a profit? Okay, so this one I'm not really sure about it. We just okay. So I think that my grandparents also selling some of the fruit, some of their product to the other people working in Saigon, so they can sell directly to people who live here. But other thing that they can also sell their fruit, vegetable, flower in the people nearby. There's a market in Cần so we can also sell it, and I believe that's what is what make profit. I'm not really sure about it. Yes.
Yeah, any comments about that? I think the making a profit, it's important to talk about the costs, because there are costs to grow the things and then to distribute them, to give them to distributors or transport and other things. That's a good point about the chemicals, because we have some garden on the roof of our house to grow some vegetables, because people are scared about artificial fertilizers or chemicals that people use. Yeah. That's a good example. Yeah. Anybody give us any other kind of business activity? I mean, it used to be the case that Vietnam was very agricultural, yeah? So still they export a lot of rice and coffee. I mean, I know the Canton area because my wife from Canton as well. But also, you know, they have the Cao and Nguyen area, the highlands, where they grow all the coffee and other things, which they also export a lot of. So there are a lot of those agricultural products. But also nowadays, I mentioned that some companies come to the industrial parks around the city here. Do you know any other businesses that operate here? I mean, now they make, what do they make? Smartphones, and there is still factories near across the river from where I live that make clothes and footwear and other kinds of simple manufacturing. But now they have also more electronic goods and other things that are made in the industrial parks and so on. So there's quite a range of different businesses more now, yeah. Okay, that's a good example. Anybody else got any examples about that?
So
go on.
Yes, so teacher, I believe that nowadays a lot of young people using TikTok to make viral videos. So I think that quite like a business activity, and it can be considered as commercial service at a tertiary sector. Is that right?
Tertiary sector, yeah.
Tertiary sector. Yeah. So
have you made a viral video?
not yet because I'm not
Yeah.
very good at anything. Yeah, I'm not very good at making video or dancing or singing. So, but I have seen my friends do it, and I think that is it belong to B2C? Is it B2C business? Is it business to customer? So if you're making a TikTok video, if you are
Yeah,
making
it's
video,
more of a service, isn't it? So, but on the other hand, you're if you do it for the I guess it's direct to the customer then, because if they get a lot of views on the video, then you can get advertisers and you can become one of these influencers or something. These people that have a lot of advertisers can make money then, yeah. But it's it's some people can do that. It's like becoming a famous singer or something. You need to have a talent for it, and you need to be lucky, and you need to be in the right place at the right time, and so on. So yeah, that's another type of thing. Yeah, business service. Okay, so yeah, we're going to look at business organizations here. Look at the top left of the page. It says types of business, organizational chart for a limited company. Can I get that in the right place? Okay, so yeah, there are 5 pictures here. Look at the descriptions of the types of business organization and match them with the photos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you match them to A, B, C, D, and E? Can you see those descriptions? Yeah. These are different types of businesses. So, for example, number 1, I'm just checking the time. So 7 minutes till the attendance, okay? Okay, we're not too bad for people. 1 person owns and controls the business. Is that A, B, C, D, or E?
in my opinion, I think it's a sole trader.
Yeah, okay. Sole trader means usually there's only 1 person. What kind of business can you see in the picture?
It's in the barber shop, the hairdresser. How can we call a person who cut another working at the hairdresser?
Yeah, what can we call that kind of person? Yeah, the picture here is a little funny. Because in Vietnam usually they have men to cut the men's hair, and they have women to cut the women's hair. But in this picture it looks like a woman, and I guess the customer is a man. So it's a bit mixed up, yeah. So if it's just the men, usually we call it a barber shop. I mean, the people who cut the hair anyway, barber shop. And sometimes they have extra services like the people who do their ears or something, which are sometimes women, yeah. So, but okay, but if it's a woman's place for cutting women's hair, then we usually call it a hairdressers. But in the Britain or maybe in America, they are a bit more mixed up. So could be women cutting men's hair or even men cutting women's hair now. So a barbershop or a hairdresser's. But any kind of small business like that is usually the number 1 type. And then number 2, 2 or more people own and manage the business. Which one is number 2? We had A, so it has to be B, C, D, or E. Which one is number 2?
I think D, a partnership.
A partnership, D. Yeah. So if you look at the picture in D, what kind of business do you think that is?
I believe it's a dentist. They are dentists, and yeah, yes, I think that's not.
Yeah, okay, it looks like that. I agree. So it could be a dentist or some kind of partnership where 2 people or something work together. Yeah. So that's the next kind of business. You have a sole trader, and then if it's a bit more complex, like a dentist, then you could have a partnership. And then number 3, so it's not in order. Yeah, okay. Number 3, several people are shareholders and each owns a part or share of the business. The shareholders are sometimes family and friends. What kind of, which one is that?
So for me, I think is it a private limited company? Because they say the shareholders
Yeah,
are sometimes family and friends.
yeah. So, okay, that is the kind of next step: sole trader, partnership, private limited company. I'm not sure what the company is there. Looks like a car sales business. But any kind of bigger business can become a private limited company. And they have to have a chairman or a director or something, and they have to register themselves. So that's a certain kind of business, and their friends or family can be shareholders. Okay, good. Number 4, this is a large company. Anybody can buy and sell the shares on the stock market. What one is that?
I think it's a public limited company, and in the picture is this is a British multinational grocery located in UK, United Kingdom.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so when we get to big companies like Tesco, I mean, what do they have here? The one I go to here is the Korean or Korean Japanese one, the Lotte Mart. They have those kind of companies here. Or there's a Japanese one called Eon, and some other ones like Big C. I don't know who owns Big C. Is that owned by a Thai company, or I'm not sure. They have other big kind of public companies. So when it's a public company, it's not just friends and family who own the shares. It's traded on the stock exchange, and they have to have at least 2 directors, and there are stricter rules for the public company. Good. And that's number 4, yeah? And then number 5, this is a joint venture between a local entrepreneur and a well-established business. What picture is that? Number 5.
I think it's the franchise.
Yeah, B, a franchise. They've got a picture of Dunkin' Donuts there. I'm not sure if they have a do they have a Dunkin' Donuts in Vietnam? I don't know very well because where I live here, there are no foreigners live here, and so they don't have many of those kind of franchises.
They used to have a lot of Dunkin' Donuts shop in District 1, District 3, District 10. There's a lot of it.
Oh, they
And, and I think after that they didn't make a really good job, and they low it down. There's a less shop here. They lost a lot of shop, Dunkin' Donuts shop.
Oh.
So that's why.
So what is the good franchise now in Vietnam?
Starbucks,
Maybe coffee or Starbucks.
Oh, the coffee shop things, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure. I don't know very well. My least favorite business is the D one, the dentist. Because in Canto City, a lot of the poorer people, they have no teeth or they have black teeth or something, and they only go to the dentist when they need their teeth pulled out. So I'm a bit scared of going to the dentist here. So when I have been to the dentist not so long ago, maybe a year ago. So I actually went to a franchise dentist, which is called what? It's the Kim Dentist. What are they called here? They have a franchise. Sorry, I was trying to look for it because I've forgotten the name. So what do you call that? The Chikwa or whatever it's called? Kim Kuar or something like that. Nya Kuar, is it? Maybe. So Nakwa Kim. There is a franchise dentist, Nakwa Kim, which actually they have one near the Lotte Mart in District 7, because I had I had 3 teeth that I had to have fillings. So actually I went not to but there are a lot of dentists are partnerships, but I went to the franchise one because I was worried, oh, the dentists here, I don't know them. So I don't know whether they just pull all your teeth out. Somebody told me you go to the dentist, you come out with no teeth. But that's probably because that's what they do in the countryside still, where they don't often go to the dentist. So I went to the franchise dentist, but if you know the dentist, maybe you can tell me a good one. But okay, they are the different kinds of businesses: sole trader and partnership and franchise and private limited company and public limited company. That's important. Maybe you can do number 2 then. Oops, I ought to do the attendance. I said I'd do the attendance at 3 o'clock, so it's 3:05. So let's do the attendance and then we'll do that number 2 thing there. Yeah, okay. So including me, we've got 28. So I think 27 students, yeah? So can I do the attendance? Maybe one person is missing. Okay, I've got it here. Okay. Let's put it on the picture. Here. So, what do you say? If I read the attendance names, what are you going to say? I mean, there are 2 possibilities, yeah? If you are here, then, if you are not here, then you cannot say anything. But if you are here, what do you say?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Present.
Yeah,
Present.
so I can think of 3 things you could say. Some people just say yes, or you can say here, or you can say present. If you are not here, then you cannot say anything. But, one of your friends could tell me about this student. They could say no, or not here, or absent. So maybe you can tell me if the person is not here. You can tell me, one of you could tell me, yeah? So, okay, maybe I'm supposed to write 15 or something in this box, do you think? Today is the 15th, yeah? Okay, so like that, you can say yes or here or present, or somebody can tell me if they are absent, okay? Okay, so let's do that. This class is not too big, 28. I've got 28 on the list. If you are not on the list and you are here, tell me, and then I have to add you or something, yeah? Okay, let's see. So, Lê Vu Yá Bảo
Present.
is here. Okay, so let's write the P for present. Chan Xuan Yuen. Yes, you are here. Nguyen Ngọc Han.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, present. Nguyen Đức Nam.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, here. Nguyen Ngọc Minh Thử. Where is Nguyen Ngọc Minh Thử? Anybody know about Nguyen Ngọc Minh Thử?
Oh, yes, teacher.
Oh, you are here? Are
Yes.
you Nguyen Ngọc Minh Thử?
Yes.
Oh, you're here. Okay, good. Vô Thi Thanh Hẳn. Vô Thi Thanh Hẳn. Where is Thi Thanh Hẳn? Absent. Vô Thi Thanh Hẳn. Anybody know about Vô Thi Thanh Hẳn? Is she absent? Is that a girl, or I never know really? Is he or she absent? Vô Thị Thanh Hằng. Do we think absent? Vô Thị Thanh Hằng? No answer. You don't know? How about the names? If I want to, wait a minute. if I want to show everyone